Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you're listening to the podcast Capturing Magic. I'm Bill Rogers, the voice of Disney. Thanks very much for listening.
Hey everyone, welcome to Capturing Magic. I am Steph from capturingmagic.me, and I am here with Heather Winfield from heatherw.com/character. Hi, Heather.
Hi.
We also have Tanya Hickman from everymagicmoment.com. Hi, Tanya.
Hi.
One of these days I'm going to reverse it just to surprise y'all. And
It's
do
okay.
Tanya first.
I know, I'll be like, what? Like,
What? I'm not ready.
Yeah.
All right, today we are talking about costume changes or outfit changes, wardrobe changes for some of the characters that we've been seeing, or I guess Heather's been seeing around the park. She really, really wanted to talk about them. So that is why we're having this show.
Well, we're talking about capturing, memories,
Yes.
and it's
Characters are a big part of that
Yeah.
for some people. I love getting my photos with characters. Not everybody does, but when I drag my friends when they're on trips with me and I drag them along to meet a character and they think I'm nutty, then they end up loving it.
That's right.
I feel like I know, I'm sure I've said this before, where I like meeting like non-face characters more than face characters. Because I feel awkward like talking to them and they're like judging me.
Yes.
But non-face characters have to be so expressive. They have to
Yes.
do other things, and I love that.
Yes.
So I'm more like I don't love meeting the princesses, and I don't whatever. But we had a super fun interaction with like Eeyore and Tigger the last time we were there because they're just adorable. That's
like Eeyore was like pushing like his ears back like they were his hair, and
Yeah.
it was just, like,
just like flipping his back like they were hair because we were doing a photo shoot. Like it was cute.
Oh, cute. Super cute. But isn't that kind of how you got started liking characters, Heather? It was as an adult when you went to Disney World.
Yeah, because I went to Disney when I was 5, and I was scared of characters, so my mom didn't take me to meet any of them, which I'm annoyed about because I would rather have a picture now of me when I was 5, like
Screaming
or crying with Mickey than not.
Uh-huh.
But unfortunately, she's a good mother and don't want me to be upset. So no pictures for me. And yeah, so I went on my first, I actually went on a couple of day trips to Disney, and I didn't know adults were allowed to meet characters. So one of my big character regrets is one of those trips I saw Mulan and Mushu and Shang by the hat meeting, and I have a picture of them, but I didn't go to meet them, and Shang is one of those I need to meet characters. That's one of the reasons why I started running is he used to always meet during the Princess 5K and the Princess Half, and then the first year he didn't do the Princess 5K was my first Princess 5K. So
you have the worst
there
luck.
you go. So that's what happened with that. And then I went on our first, it was supposed to be a once-in-a-lifetime trip.
Yes.
little did they know.
Funny.
So, one of the first things we did actually is we had dinner at the Crystal Palace. So that was the first thing I did was meet the characters there. And when I planned the trip, I realized, you can meet characters. And I didn't think I would, become this, but that'll be fun. So I had put that in. That was when, of course, that was my first trip. So that was obsessively planned,
Yes.
touring plan kind of thing. So I put character meets into the touring plan. And so that first trip I met 30 something characters. And it was several trips before I realized that was my thing.
Right.
So now it's characters.
So funny. Okay, so they've got some costume changes, and I want to make note for our listeners that we will have photos of all of these costume changes in the podcast transcription posts, whatever you want to call it. In the post with the transcriptions, there will be some photos of the changes that we're talking about. If you want to go find them, be sure to do that. You can just go to capturingmagic.me, click on podcasts, and they will be there.
And I just want to say, and this is kind of counterintuitive, but I think all the changes look better in person than they do in pictures. So I think the first time people see it, it's usually through the pictures, and I know like that was the case with me. And it's like, oh, but they all seem to look better in person.
Okay.
So like kind of wait and see when you see it in person.
Even
maybe.
worse if you're a person that doesn't love change.
That's I wonder how much of, because there's been some talk about people not liking, how much of it just is that people don't like change.
Probably 75% of it.
Yeah. It's also the fact that you're so used to it.
Yeah.
So, for example, Mickey and Mickey, I mean, like how long they've
let's talk
had...
about them first. Yeah. What are the changes that we're seeing?
Well, both of them, they started off at Shanghai when they opened that park. It was actually a little bit before it. They had some kind of, I don't know what it was, something that they had a store there. So it was a couple of months before the park opened that they debuted their new look there. Mm-hmm. And so it's...
we call it a facelift.
Yeah, or they look a little younger.
Yeah.
I think
they look more cartoony.
That's what I thought too. That was exactly what I thought.
They look maybe happier, a little.
It
was kind of disturbing at first, but now that I see more pictures of it, I don't necessarily hate it.
Yeah. Like I said, so the first time they sort of debuted was around April, and when they first saw it, it was oh. Yeah, pretty much that. And a couple months later, they debuted at Disney World. They are in their new castle show. So what is strange is that's the only place they are. They're nowhere else in the park. Well, at Disneyland, they just debuted them. Actually, when we were there, it was the first day. This is the kind of like I have.
Let me tell this story.
Okay.
We're walking. Where we going to? Oh, we were going to go to Radiator Springs Racers, and the Newsboys show was going on. Mickey was dancing. We didn't even have a good shot of the show. There was a whole crowd of people blocking us. And of course, Heather loves that show. So she glanced over real quick. She knew immediately from the back of Mickey's head that it was the new Mickey.
Oh my goodness.
And she ran. And I was like, what is going on? Like, oh my gosh. It wasn't even a clear shot. Like I never would have seen it. And she knew immediately.
So funny.
So, but when they did it across the whole park. So it's the shows, it's the meet and greets, it's the parades. They didn't just do like, oh, this one spot, Mickey looks different, and then the parade goes by, and now he looks like old Mickey. It's kind of weird. And I know they've done it on most of the ships too. That was actually, I saw that before. I think the show, no one cares, but so they're on the ships, and I think they're at somewhere in Disneyland Paris, maybe a show or something. But I'm assuming eventually they'll be meeting at Disney World, but I would have thought they would have done it already if they did it in the show.
Yeah. Minnie's outfit is a little different. Minnie's outfit is different.
Minnie's different.
It's a lot different. Like that was one of the few that I looked at right away and went, oh wow.
Yeah, her bow is bigger, and her dress is kind of completely different. It's still polka dots, but it's bigger polka dots. There's parts where there's no polka dots, and
again, it looks more cartoony.
Yeah, and her shoes.
Her shoes.
Bows on the shoes.
The red bows on the shoes, and then her bow on her head is ginormous.
Yeah. The thing that I think probably is still hard to get used to is that she doesn't have lipstick and she doesn't have eyeshadow, and like, I don't wear that much makeup or anything either, so I'm not like, oh, you need makeup. But it's just, I don't know.
It is. Yeah. And what makes it, like, again, the makeup is whatever. But we were watching the Sensational Parade, and her bow had fallen off. Like shortly before she got to us, and she looked like Mickey. Yeah. Because she had no lipstick and no eyeshadow. So and we were just like, oh, she looked like it was the weirdest thing. Like she looked like a boy in a dress.
Weird.
It was weird. My Twitter post with the picture crazy. My thing, it was like hundreds and hundreds of likes and retweets and stuff.
Yeah.
So, people agreed with us.
Heather went through her photos from right before Minnie got to us, and you can see, like, it must have fallen off right before she got to us, because you can see a cast member, like, trying to get it back on her, and they couldn't get it.
And then when I was looking at the pictures, because I had just, when I went to post it, that was my last day, so I just, I wanted to post something, and I just posted one where she was like looking at us, but then when I was going back and looking through the pictures, there's like the whole string of pictures where she like looks embarrassed, like, oh, like, her hands over her mouth and like on the top of her head, like, oh my goodness, I can't believe it happened.
Pointing at the bow, and she's just like the shoulder shrug, like it's funny. But yeah, but Mickey's outfit's not that different, right? I don't think.
Yeah, I think some like his vest might be like, if you're like obsessive like me,
it's like a little shorter or something.
Yeah, but otherwise his outfit looks the same. It's just him, but him I like now. Like I was the first time, but now I think it does. And again, I think in person it looks even better. But I think it looks cute, and I think it's supposed to look more cartoony. I guess that's the point.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, like I said, I don't know why they decided to make a change at a certain point, or is it because they opened the new park? And I don't really know what any of that.
Yeah, I don't know why they did it, the meaning behind it, but I guess just an update, all right? I mean,
yeah, I mean, obviously they have updates, over the years. Yeah. I mean, you look at Mickey from years ago.
Opening day, totally different. It's scary.
Scary Mickey.
Yeah. I mean, like I always look at when they had Pooh and he had the
honey
on his head.
Yeah,
I love that. I wish I could go back in time and meet that.
Yeah. So then I think, are the rest of them face character costume changes except for Aladdin, the genie?
No, the genie's not different.
Genie's not
different. Yeah. Okay, so it's just all the rest of them are
the rest
face
of them
characters,
are face characters,
right?
Yeah, other than the Beast who's not at the park.
Right. Okay. Yeah. I mentioned the Beast because I really like his new costume. You sent me a picture of that one, and I really like it.
Yeah, that was a couple months ago. I had seen that he was on one of the ships, and then they had him at a 25th anniversary showing in New York, and so it was a new look Beast there. So I don't know at what point he's going to start running in the parks, but yeah, I think he looks more. I was going to say relatable. I don't know. It doesn't look as scary.
You can't really say realistic either. Like
right.
Cuddly, something like he doesn't like the current look. He looks big. I understand the point. I mean, he's big, but and so this one he looks
more charming.
Yeah, and his new outfit he wears looks more, I think, like the movie.
Yeah.
It looks very much, if you saw Enchanted, and then it was supposed to be mimicking that, and so what he wears in that in the dance scene, it looks exactly, I think, like what the Beast is now wearing.
Yeah. For sure.
I like it. It looks nice.
I totally agree. Okay, so the other face characters, it seems to me that they're going a little more authentic to the
country.
Place. Yeah, to the country, to the location that these characters are from.
Like the thing is that they're going, like you said, but they're going, I think, away from the movie.
The movies, yeah.
And so I should just start talking with.
Let's start with Mulan.
That's my biggest concern, is that they're straying too far from the movies, and kids know these characters from the movies.
Yeah,
right.
Which is, but Mulan's outfit is gorgeous.
It's beautiful.
I love Mulan's outfit.
I think like of all the princess dresses, that's when they had done all. This is the second now like wave of changes, because they had done a couple years ago. They had done Belle and Aurora, Snow White, Ariel, Cinderella. Mm-hmm. Yeah, she was the first one, I think. So they changed theirs, and they looked a little different, and but I think they were still looked like the movie, just like a little different. They looked more like what they were doing with the dolls or whatever the thing was. Yeah. But then like this set of changes, it just looks like they were kind of completely gone away from the movie. And it's not that I don't like it, it's just I don't like that it's gone away from the movie. So so Mulan's is, again, I think it's absolutely gorgeous, and a lot of parts of her costume kind of represent different characters in the movie. Like there's Mushu, I think, is on the one part, and she has a cricket on another part.
Yeah.
But first, I mean, I always thought that she should be meeting anyway as Ping, or as as she looks at the end of the movie, because the whole matchmaker thing was what she hated. So I honestly never understood why she should meet in that anyway. But this still looks like, I don't know, it doesn't. But I mean, it is beautiful, and she looks great. So
I like that one.
Didn't she meet during Forgotten Characters Week in Disney?
Yeah, Long Lost Friends.
Yeah.
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 She
Sorry,
did.
long lost friends. Yeah. Forgotten characters
Yes,
week.
she did,
That's basically
and-
what it was forgotten characters week.
No,
love
it was
that.
Heather is kicking herself that she didn't go to that week. That's
I made
Yeah.
it. I was able to go. Actually, that's yeah.
I mean, I went to the Disney World one, and then I was out there for the expo, and then that was starting a couple days later, and I should have stayed, and I just I don't know, why didn't I stay? Why didn't you make me stay, Tanya? It's just
It was
all your
hot,
fault.
and I had seen you enough already.
but yeah, that was they had
Yeah.
a bunch of characters that I still haven't met.
And you know,
Yeah.
I like to rub it in your face when I
I
get
know.
characters that you don't get to meet.
Like you were
It
so
makes-
mad when I
It
finally
makes
met
me
my
happy
characters in May.
inside. Like I really never wanted you to meet Susie and Perla, so
Funny.
I'm a horrible person.
Okay, so
Next.
are we done with Mulan?
Yeah, outfit's gorgeous. Doesn't look like the movie. Next.
Yes, and I wonder if kids are going to be like, "Who is that, Mom?"
Yeah,
But-
exactly.
Yeah.
That's the
okay.
problem.
Pocahontas.
I like her outfit. I don't like the necklace. That's the only thing.
That I think is the big issue that people have. I'm trying to put it into words that don't seem
And I'm
But-
looking at the picture you sent us, Heather, and
Mhm.
and this is the one you put up, and I feel like her outfit needs to be ironed. It looks like it needs to be it looks like it's been folded up. for a
Folded
while.
up. Yeah, it
That's
does, doesn't it?
weird.
I mean, again, the outfit itself looks good.
Yeah.
The outfit she had though looked exactly like the movie, so I'm not exactly sure why that had to change. The thing with the necklace, I think a lot of people had an issue with because it was supposed to be her mother's necklace, and so
It was
now
like a
she's not
major
wearing
plot
it.
point in the movie.
Yeah, and so now she's not wearing it, and she's wearing a purse, which I'm still not understanding why she needs a purse.
Yeah.
Like I don't think Miko's hanging out in it or anything.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. It's all right. I mean, it is what it is.
I mean, I'm curious to see too what her winter outfit looks like.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
that's when she would wear her winter outfit, she would wear like Uggs, and people were always making fun of that.
Oh, funny.
I'm curious if she's, what she's gonna be wearing because I like her shoes.
I love her
Yeah, like,
shoes.
I like the shoes a lot.
Yeah,
They're cute.
I mean, because really, she should be barefoot, right? That would be
and
hilarious.
like her hair looks a lot different too.
Well, her hair looks done.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know, it's like pinned back and stuff, and
again in the movie, it's not
Yeah.
really.
yeah, in the movie it's not. But
Mm-mm.
again, I like it all except for, I mean, they could have changed the necklace, but still made it blue.
Mhm.
Like it didn't have to be the exact same necklace; it just had to be blue. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I like her dress. I just the whole thing with the necklace from the
Yeah,
movie.
I'm just kind of meh about hers. It's just, it is what it is.
Yeah. Okay. I'm not mad about it.
Yeah, I'm not mad. I'm not mad about it. I don't really. It's fine.
Yeah. Okay, Jasmine and Aladdin. We have differing opinions on this one.
Well, I would say when I first started, I had the same opinion as Tanya, and I've kind of gone over to the other side.
I
Maybe.
love her costume. Okay, I do. But
Yes.
I would also say when I was saying about how it looks different in pictures, the first picture that was posted online of her at the Halloween party at Disney World was not a good picture.
It
And
was not
so-
a flattering photo at all.
Yeah, of the outfit. So I think that really clouded a lot of people's judgment. They're like,
Mhm.
oh, that doesn't look good. But then other pictures I've seen, like I sent you a couple pictures, and I think
Yes.
they look much better.
Mhm.
And when we saw her in person, I thought it looks better. And the other thing too is, as I've said, they've all changed the hair also. Even the other, when they had the last group of princesses.
yeah.
So when she has bangs on it, it just doesn't look right to me. And so when we met her, she didn't have the bangs, and so I thought it looked a lot better. But I've still seen some pictures since where she has the bangs, so I don't know if it's just whatever Jasmine is feeling that day. Like she feels like bangs, like bangs.
Yeah.
But I think it looks better without the bangs.
Yeah, it's almost like in the photo when we met her at Disneyland without the bangs, she has them pushed off to out of the way. Like I could still kind of see it there, but in the photos that you have from Disney World on here, like they have them pulled down. Yeah, it's kind of weird. Like they can go either way.
Yeah.
Like maybe they just accidentally got out of the way. I don't know.
And the thing is, hers was a change that was trying to think. She needed to change the dress because she's having some issues, Jasmine. With the way her outfit looked, and with some guests.
the way it was
So, yes.
perceived.
Well, what's what some people guess were doing, I guess. So she had to change, but so she's more covered up.
Yeah.
That's the big thing. And she, when you see her, she has pants. So, but the new look has kind of a skirt over it.
A sheer.
It's like a sheer, yeah. So it's really pretty. But again, in that first picture, it looked like she was wearing a dress. And so I think, again, that was a whole
It looked
thing.
like she was wearing it. It was just ill-fitting in that first photo.
Yeah.
But I'm looking at 3 photos now, and it looks different in every photo.
Every single photo. I totally agree. Every single photo looks totally different. It looks like a totally different outfit.
Yeah, it looks like a totally different outfit in every photo on, it's hard to tell.
Yeah. I do think, though, I mean, out of these 3 photos, the one where she's not trying to hold the sheer.
Yeah, she's like holding it like a dress.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's not a dress. I think the best one is where she's not trying to make it look like a dress.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's really, the
really
sheer
pretty.
thing is really pretty. It has a lot of designs. And again, her belt has Raja on it, if you look closely.
Oh, yeah, it does. Look at that.
So
How cool is that?
When we met her with Aladdin and Genie. So I was going to take like a lot of, close-up pictures of the kind of thing like I normally would. So when I meet her next time, I'll probably do more of that so I can see more of the costume.
I feel like next to that Aladdin and Genie, though, like not the new Aladdin costume,
right?
She looks out of place. Like she
does.
Looks she looks way too fancy to be.
Yeah, and I think that was the thing. And so the thing is with Aladdin, he has a new outfit, and at the moment, it's just in Morocco or when he's. I think I've seen him Meaning
nice.
Alone, but he hasn't met like that in Mexico.
Of course not.
Traveling around the World Showcase.
Yeah.
At the Magic Kingdom. So for now, he's still in his street rat outfit, but from what I understand, he's going to eventually be meeting like that all around at least Walt Disney World. I don't know if he's going to be over, because at Disneyland, he's still not wearing that. And it's supposedly during the Christmas party, he meets as Prince Ali, but this is not Prince Ali. This is Prince Aladdin. So this is still him, not like his, alter ego.
What?
So, yeah, you know how in the movie,
like at the very end?
No, yeah. So this is supposed to be like him, like after they get married, not like the one pretending to be a prince type of thing.
I love his outfit a lot.
Yeah. So he looks very regal. So next to her, like her dress looks, I think, even better.
I totally agree.
They look good together, yes.
And I have to say, I kind of want her shoes.
Yeah, the shoes are super cute.
I like shoes. And
they're killing it on the shoe game.
They are.
Like, they really are.
They really are.
And the first set of princess changes, they all pretty much gave him the same shoe. Remember?
Yeah, the different little...
Yeah. Yeah, well, now they don't even wear those.
Like
they don't even have the doodads on it anymore. They just have their shoes. But yeah, his thing, and he has like a really cool cape, and there's like a cool pattern inside of his cape and on the outside of his thing. So
yeah, I like it.
The embroidery, I mean, everything. It's really beautiful.
I'm excited to go meet him next trip.
For sure. Is that all of them?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, there you have your character costume changes.
Character update.
Character update. Anything else in character news while we're on it?
Well, they're adding the Muppet show to Magic Kingdom or in early October, like the 1st, 2nd, something around there.
Mm-hmm.
Have you heard about that?
I have.
One in America. Well, when they're starting that, they're going to be cutting Woody and Jessie and Rafiki from the Magic Kingdom. So
what?
That's that. Yeah, I know. So Woody still meets, with Buzz at Hollywood Studios. There's some rumors that Jessie might start meeting there, but I don't know. That does make me sad because they had been moving. They moved characters around a lot there recently. Like they had Chip and Dale, and they were meeting in Frontierland, and they moved them to Tomorrowland, and that was in July. And I went to meet them because they had a new costume, so obviously I had to meet them. And then about a week later, they moved them to Storybook Circus, and now they don't have a costume. And so it was a good thing I went and met them then. And and Woody and Jessie had been over by Splash Mountain, so they moved into where they were in Frontierland. But so now, I guess no one will be meeting there at all.
Just keep cutting. Just keep cutting.
And the other thing I noticed, and I don't know when this happened, but when we were at Disneyland and they always had Chip and Dale on Buena Vista Street, and I noticed I never saw them. And then I looked it up on the app after I got home, and they're meeting in where we were just talking about
Redwood
earlier.
Challenge Trail.
Yeah. Yeah, they're moving around there, and so they don't have a costume either. So I don't know why they keep knocking, because that happened also at Hollywood Studios. They originally were in their Hollywood costumes, over where and so now they meet somewhere else and they don't have costumes. So they've lost their costumes everywhere. So I don't know what's going on with that.
I know.
There's a mass laundry.
Yeah. when I was in California Adventure and I talked to them about why, I wanted to know if we were going to be able to meet Doug, and they said that it was Chip and Dale now. And I was like, oh, so sad. And they said that it was because everyone else was in China.
Stinking Shanghai.
Thanks, Shanghai.
They really need Doug. Come on.
I know.
That's hilarious.
Because we need Doug. We need Doug.
I love meeting him. He's cute.
He's on our list. Yeah. Alrighty. Okay. Heather, remind our listeners where they can find you.
Well, my character site, I Love Characters, is heatherw.com/character, and my Facebook page for it is I Love Characters, and on Twitter, Instagram, and whatever, I'm heatherw25.
Okay, Tanya.
My website is everymagicmoment.com, and on all social media, I am Tanya H666.
Alrighty, and I just want to remind our listeners to please, if you enjoy the show, head to iTunes and give us a quick review. It'll only take a couple of seconds of your time, and we really appreciate it. It helps us gain visibility in iTunes, and we appreciate that. Feel free to come and join us in the comments of the show notes. The transcriptions will be on the site from the show, along with more photos, so check it all out there. Thank you, Heather and Tanya, for being here today. I appreciate it.
Thanks. It was fun.
You.
And we will see you next time on Capturing Magic.